Okay, so what you're gonna get is an email on the device that you want to download the app on. So that's where you should open up this email and you'll see this big download app button. So go ahead and click that and it'll just open up to your browser, whichever browser you have on your phone. And then you just click download app. A pop-up will come up and you just click install. At this point you can exit this browser, that's fine, and you'll see that the app is now on your phone and it's called Identity. Now click on the app and you can either have a research assistant do this part for you or you're welcome to do it yourself, whichever you're more comfortable with. First, you start with putting in your participant ID number. The ID number is a code that we generated that will keep all your data confidential and it is not attached to any identifying information. So please make sure to insert this correctly. I'm just going to put for now 1234. Then you click enter. As you can see, there's a back button. So let's say that my ID number was actually 4567. I can go and click back. Click on the box to type that in again and click 4567 and click enter. Now you're on a page that will ask you to insert when you usually wake up on weekdays. Please make sure to insert both hours and minutes as the app won't function otherwise. So I'm just going to put 7 a.m. Click enter. And now it's asking me when I usually sleep on weekdays. So I'm going to go ahead and put 10 p.m., which translates to 22 since we're in military time, and we'll have a chart explaining that, and click enter. I'm going to do the same for weekends, so I usually wake up on weekends at 8 a.m., so I'm going to go ahead and click that, click enter, and I usually go to sleep on weekends at 11 p.m., so 2300, and click enter. As I said, you can click the back button for any of these steps if you make errors to change your numbers. So now you get a pop-up asking if you will allow the app to administer notifications. Click allow, as we do need you to get the notifications for the 2 weeks that you're participating in this study. If you accidentally click don't allow, you can go into your settings and change the notification functions. Okay, so now you've done this participant setup. You won't have to redo that again unless for some reason the app is deleted from your phone, for which you will have to reconfigure the app. Now let's just go through a test run. So you can go ahead, exit the app fully, and then open it up again. Now this takes you to the page, are you able to take the survey now? If you click no, what will happen is that the app will snooze and it will re-notify you in 10 minutes. If you click no again, then the app will not notify you again until your next scheduled notification. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and click yes. Now it'll just prompt you to think of your experiences during the last hour. You can go ahead and click next. And then you have a scale that you follow. So during the last hour I was, and you can go from -3 to 3. Be sure to read the prompt. So there's unenergetic to energetic. And then you can gauge how you felt during the last hour. There's a skip button here at the bottom. We encourage you to only use the skip button if you are uncomfortable answering a question. If you're unsure of how to answer a question or it doesn't apply to the last hour, then just try your best, go with your gut feeling, and worst case, click 0. Otherwise, please don't use the skip button. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and answer these questions. Definitions of each question will be provided to you in more detail from the research assistant. So for now, I'm just going to show you the functionality of the app. So really, you just click the buttons as you move forward. And not to do it, be careful not to do that too quickly because you could accidentally insert a value that isn't reflective of how you felt in the last hour. So just as an example, let's say I'm not really comfortable answering if I felt at ease or nervous in the last hour. I'm just going to go ahead and click skip for that. Okay. So we'll just keep going. And as you see, the scale shifts. So just be really aware of what's happening throughout each question just to make sure that now you're reoriented to the new scale. So now it's asking me how happy I felt in the last hour. You can see the scales from not at all to extremely. So So I'm just going to go ahead and answer these questions. Okay. And now it's asking me to what extent the last hour involved work. And as you can see, again, the scale has shifted from not at all to a lot. So go ahead and answer these questions. And now we're back to the -3 to 3 scale with complex and simple as your prompts, okay? Okay, this question is what we call a forced choice question, which means that you only have 3 responses and you have to choose one. In the last hour, were you alone, in a dyad, which means at least one other person, or in a group, which means you had more than one other person around you? So you can go ahead and answer that question. And then if you answer either with 2 people or in a group, there will be more questions about the interpersonal situation that you were in and how you were behaving. So you can go ahead and answer these questions as well. Now, the app prompts you to click next in order to record your responses. Now, usually when you do this, if you're connected to Wi-Fi or data, it'll just go ahead and send the data automatically. For demonstrations purposes, I'm going to go ahead and turn my Wi-Fi off, and I'm going to turn my data off just to show you what that will look like. Okay, so going back to the app, now I have no connection. I'm going to click next. And as you can see, it prompts me to resend the data. This is totally fine. The app will hold the data until you're reconnected to Wi-Fi. The important thing to keep in mind here is not to fully exit the app, so not to swipe up with the app, because what that means is that the data will completely be erased. So next time, let's say you have the app open in the background, but you haven't fully exited it. Now you reconnect to your Wi-Fi network. I'm going to connect to data as well. And now you have the app open. Just click the resend data button. And now the data has been sent to our servers. So just something to keep in mind: if you don't want to use data, you can turn off Wi-Fi and data, but just make sure that the app remains open in the background and you don't fully exit it. And that is it. If you have any questions, please ask the research assistants that are there to help you.